In the previous class, we looked at the 7 skills every realtor should have. And I gave a list of the 7 skills and tried to do an in-depth job into explaining them. And I explained that those skills, they are called the A skills, the skills that every top performing realtor has. Now, in this class, we're going to be looking at a topic I called the arrogance of the street realtor. The arrogance of the street realtor, right? I noticed a particular pattern in the life of realtors, right? And then I see many people follow the same pattern after a while as realtors. And then I began to study to understand why those things happen. You see a realtor, he will start out good, start out doing very well, making sales, making money. And then after a short while, you see something happen. The person is no longer making money. Something has happened, and the person is no longer as active as he used to be, is no longer closing deals as he used to be, and the person begins to look as if things or sales have become stagnant. And that made me to begin to do a research. And I discovered, or I saw a statistics online that 75% of the realtors that are succeeding in the industry are between 1 year to 3 years old in the industry. And then only 14% of the realtors that are succeeding are between 5 years to 3 years, within that age bracket, 3 years to 5 years. And then 5% of the realtors succeeding are between 5 years to 10 years, just 5%. And 1% of the realtors succeeding are above 10 years. So I tried to understand why is it that 75% are within the range of 1 year to 3 years. I realized that many people start out right. Many people start out with energy. Then somewhere along the line, something happens. And you see they lose the energy, they lose the passion. And then activities will drop. Because the moment energy drops, activity will drop. And their sales, which is a result of activities, will drop. Their inflow will drop. Every single thing drops, right? So, and then I checked this pattern, tried to interview a few people, and I discovered a particular circle that people go through. Then I used it to develop this course that I called the 7 stages to decline for a realtor. And the first stage, the first thing I noticed in the life of these realtors is that they start up with high aspiration. You see someone today decides to become a realtor, is inspired, is motivated. He is hoping that he will close deals. He was hoping that he will make money. He's hearing testimonies of what other people are doing, and the person is fully motivated. So you see everybody starts at that level. The aspiration is there. They want to get in and do activities. They want to get in and do some job. They are already thinking of the people in their mind that they will go and market to, the people they will take properties to, the people they will prospect, places they will go to do their marketing and all of that. They begin to get those ideas. And then from that level, that aspiration, we move them to second stage, which is the activity stage. At this point, they become super active. The person wakes up in the morning, he's thinking of where to go and market. He's thinking of people to call and talk to. He's thinking of where to go and prospect. He's doing online marketing. He's doing all kinds of activities because of the aspiration and the motivation. He's giving in energy. He's not slowing down. He's doing everything. Now, you see, because of that activity that is fueled by aspiration, the person moves to the third stage, which is initial success. All of a sudden, the guy makes the first sale, or the lady makes the first sale, and then he begins to enjoy commission. He sees how sweet it is, and he's happy, he's excited. Of course, everybody is excited with initial success. But I will now be looking at it to see this thing continue. The next thing you notice is that that initial success will make some of those guys to now become arrogant and begin to show off. So instead of focusing on what led to this initial success, the person now begins to, he doesn't market as aggressive. He doesn't push the way he used to push. The energy is no longer there. The passion is no longer there. Activities are slowed down. You see, the same guy that was pushing with all the energy he has, he will now begin to tell you that I don't like disturbing people. Once I market to you and you don't want, I slow down. But before the guy achieved the success, the initial success, he will follow you up even into your bedroom. Now, but with the bet of that initial success, arrogance sets in. Mindset begins to change. And once this thing begins to happen, it now leads the person to the fifth stage that I discovered, which is distraction. Distraction. Either the person begins to give attention to other things more, or begin to do this one as second class. Maybe the guy got a particular story. Someone that, a realtor that was selling with my company, he was working with me as a staff at the first year of the company, as a staff. And they stayed 1 year. He didn't make a sales. He didn't close a deal. Nothing happened. All of a sudden, one day, he resigned, I think on health issues, and left. Then later, he finished the surgery and became better, and he came back and wanted to work. I told him, no, at this point, I don't think you should work. Become a realtor. Go and get training and become a realtor and begin to, make sales. And the guy got training, became a realtor, joined the SO Academy, finished it, became a realtor, and continued pushing. Till one day, the guy made sales. He got commission, he was happy. And then he continued. He kept making sales. And within a short while, he made one serious sales that he got a commission of 1.5 million. He was glad. He was really happy. The next thing, he wants to buy a semi-damaged car with the money. This guy, before that money came in, he was so passionate about his sales and about his job as a realtor that he was saying he needed a drone camera so that he can be capturing the property very well. He needed a camera for YouTube. He called it camcorder or something for YouTube. He needed microphone and all of those things. He was listing the things that if he gets, his job as a realtor will become more effective. All of a sudden, he made 1.5 million naira. And then distraction entered. The guy now remembered that he used to like music and he wanted to be a musician. So now he said his plan was to buy a car and then go into music. So the guy went and bought a semi-dead car. The car that 1.5 million can afford. And then he now went to buy some things that he said he wants to be mixing music in his house and all of that. The next thing I saw, distraction setting. To cut the long story short, the guy eventually came back to focus on his business as a realtor. But he came back more hungry than he used to be before he started real estate. The car was parked on the road. Every single thing damaged. And the guy reduced to nothing. I have seen this pattern in different people. The same pattern, just different faces. Different people. At that fifth stage, distraction, other things will begin to take their attention. They are no longer as committed. They are no longer as focused. Instead of building that thing now, because I believe in a principle that anything that has given you 1 naira can give you 1,000 naira if you can scale it. Now he has seen success at a small level. He has seen success at 1.5 million level. Instead of getting the skills he needs now, getting the equipment he needs to move it to the next level, to begin to scale it, he got distracted. And then he moved to the sixth stage. And that sixth stage is decline, where the person begins to fall down. You see, the initial success cannot sustain him again. Because at any level, you need higher success to sustain the previous success. Because there is a law that is always in operations when you talk about finances. And it is called the Parkinson's law. The law states that expenses will always rise to meet up with income. For instance, you notice that if you are earning 50,000, somehow you are eating 3 times a day or 2 times. Somehow you wear clothes, you don't go naked. You recharge your phone, you do data and all of that. All of a sudden, the office you are working with increases your salary from 50,000 to 100,000. Now, a person by the side might be expecting that since this guy was managing and living comfortable with 50,000, now that he has gotten a raise to 100,000, he will be able to be saving 50,000. But somehow, you still notice that after 3 months, you will finish spending this 100,000 you get at the end of the month, and still, you have not solved all your problem. When they still increase your salary to 150,000, the same thing happens. Somehow, your monthly budget now turns to 150,000 without knowing, without planning to increase it. So once you see that, you know that a law is acting on you, and that law is called Parkinson's law. The moment income increase, expenses will increase to match it. Things that you do before, you don't have problem, you do it now. Even the kind of water you drink, maybe you drink pure water, sachet water, when you were earning 50,000 and you won't have typhoid. Now that you earn 150,000, you must drink bottled water, because the moment you drink pure water, typhoid will come. It's Parkinson's law. So anybody that wants to prosper financially must wake up with that sole purpose to work against Parkinson's law, to make sure that expenses is at a static level while income is increasing. Right? So that's what happened to the guy. And then that moves to the final stage, the 7th stage, which is to resign or part-time. You now see the person, how to know a realtor that has resigned or that has retired or that has gotten to the final stage of the cycle, is when the person moves from selling properties to now renting house. You go to his status, you will see house for rent, 1 room, self-contained, apartment for rent, in Ikeja, in this place, in that place. You see a retired realtor, right? So the question now, which is why I'm sharing this, is what are you supposed to do as a realtor so that this pattern does not act on you? What can you do to avoid this pattern so that when you grow and hit the initial success, the success level will continue instead of getting to the stage of decline? Number 1 is that as a realtor, you need to stay humble. You need to stay humble. The ones that succeed are the ones that understand that even if I am seeing success, I don't need to allow the initial success I have seen to now direct me, to distract me, to make me slow down on activities, to make me market less aggressively. I have to find a way to keep the momentum going. Whatever it is that got me this success, I need to double on it. I need to double on it. If it is digital marketing, social media marketing, direct marketing, whatever that got me that initial success. If I was doing it once a day and I got this initial success, it is not time to slow down and begin to show that you have gotten money. It is time to double up. Do it 2 times a day. Do it 3 times a day. Do it as often as possible. The second thing you need to do, which I have noticed that the ones that goes beyond the initial success stage to continue recording success, the second thing they do is that they stay focused on a brand. They stay focused on a brand. One of the distractions that affect realtors is marketing different brands at the same time. It dissipates your energy. A very striking example, last year in my company, we decided to choose one of the realtors to become an ambassador. And we bought an SUV to give to the ambassador. And then we also decided on a particular amount we'll be paying the ambassador every month as salary. And meanwhile, we have been paying that salary to the person that eventually won, and the guy took the SUV. But when we were trying to choose the realtor, we set out some criteria to qualify. And one of it, of course, is sales record. The person must be the highest seller for the season. So on the last day, we gathered the data of everyone that has been selling for us. And we discovered that there were two people, a lady and a guy. The lady was my client, was my downline. I wanted the lady, by all means, to be the one that will win it, because I like the energy of the lady. But the other guy was doing well, but he doesn't have equal energy with the girl. So eventually, on that day, we brought out their reports. The guy sold more than the lady just by one plot. And then the guy got the SUV. And then got the salaries and all of those things and went on to become the ambassador. So the girl came. She was not happy that she missed out. She knew she was putting in the energy. When I now engaged her and began to discuss with her, I discovered that during that same period that she made that number of sales that almost qualified her, if not for one plot that this other guy used to beat her. Within that same period, she sold over 40 plots to other companies scattered around, up to 3-4 other companies that she sell for. I was now like, you see, here you made sales of, let's say, 150 plots. Here you made sales of 20. Here you made sales of 5. Here you made sales of 10. And one plot disqualified you here from stepping up to a stage where you have an SUV and then you begin to earn salary for 2 years. That thing was just a distraction because she was not focusing. Assuming she was focusing, by now she will have a predictable income from the salary that she's in, and it's a huge salary. She will have an SUV. And then she will now have the opportunity to begin to enter some bargain with the company to earn much more than a normal realtor earns. So it pays to focus on a brand. Or if for any reason it will be more than one brand, focus on a few. Focus on a few so that your records can help you achieve better ranking. Right? Then the third thing is that you must learn how to use leverage. Some of the people that begins to decline after experiencing initial success, they did not decline because they were distracted, but they declined because of what I taught in the first class. That every realtor begins with selling to the people within your circle, people you knew before you became a realtor. But eventually, you will sell to all of them. They would have heard about your product. You would have sold to the number of people that you can sell in your network. What now determines your success from that point going forward is your ability to learn how to leverage on other people, learn how to leverage on other things, whatever it is that can give you leverage. In the next class, we will discuss leverage in details, but that is the third thing that you need to do to continue your upward trajectory. You need to learn how to use leverage. And then the fourth thing, which is the last thing I will share on this, is that you need to find a way to stay hungry. You need to find a way to stay hungry. The ability to stay hungry is a very dangerous ability. Look at the man we call Elon Musk. What he has done that is outstanding is that the guy is always hungry, despite the fact that he's the richest man on earth. He lives as if he's an average guy, because that's what keeps him hungry. He lives as if he's an average guy. I heard him say that he doesn't even have a house, that he's squatting with his friend. That's the system he created to keep his hunger, to make himself hungry, because it's that hunger that pushes you to go the extra mile. Don't ever get to a point in life where you feel satisfied. Don't get to a point in life where you begin to look at yourself and you tell yourself that it's time to become comfortable and relax. You need to find a way to keep the hunger. It is hunger that will make you to keep marketing, even when you are not looking for your next meal. It is hunger that will keep you to continue doing those activities, even when you feel you have every basic thing you need. It is the hunger that will keep you to wake up early in the morning, close late at night, pursuing that target, pursuing that dream. You need to find a way to keep that hunger. If you can do these 4 things, you will be able to beat that curve and maintain your upward trajectory even after your initial success. Thank you.